Hello, my name is John Maley. I am 56 years old. I am running for President of the United States in 2028. So I am just letting my lone subscriber know that I am live. And then we'll go from there. So I'm not going to say I'm very technically sound, but I am here. So just a little bit about me. I'm 56 years old. I grew up in Pennsylvania. I've lived a lot of places in this country. Graduated St. Vincent College. I was in the United States Army Reserves. I've never governed. I have been a manager, project manager and operations manager most of my life. I've made a living herding cats, so to speak. I've not made myself a whole bunch of money, but I have made good money for other people. I live in Guam now, Santa Rita, Guam, tropical island. It is a territory of the United States. Some of you might not know that, not disparaging your intelligence, just maybe what you were taught in schools. But once I change my residency, i.e. get my driver's license, which is a wonderful treat on the island, I will no longer be able to vote for President of the United States. So I figured the only way I could effectively try and change that would be to go ahead and run for president. I will not be running as a Republican or a Democrat. I'll be running as an independent. My idea is America first, but not America only. It does not make America great again. It's America first. It is not an idea of left versus right. It is an idea of bottom versus top. I believe that a rising tide lifts all ships. I believe that the biggest problem in this country right now is that the ultra-rich and corporations take advantage of those that have nothing. And in order to preserve that status quo, they perpetuate culture wars to ensure that we fight each other and not pay attention to what they're doing at top. We have been programmed to criticize people that receive social welfare, that we don't care about the corporate welfare, the subsidies we provide to these companies in which these CEOs and these owners receive incredible amounts of money and make themselves incredibly rich at the expense of the people that work for them. As of now, the United States has pretty much become a pyramid scheme, and none of us are on top. It's not a black versus white versus brown versus immigrant versus trans versus queer versus Christian versus non-Christian versus no. That's what they want you to do. Make you think that those are the problems with the country rather than the economic issues that have led to everything else. We are several $1 trillion in debt. We support governments around the world that are aggressors and oppress other people and then turn around and wonder why people hate us. We have people in government now, the Trump administration, who are pieces of shit. Donald Trump himself is a piece of shit. I won't hide how I feel, and I believe that everyone in his administration that sucks up to him are a bunch of psychopaths. A perfect example is Mike Huckabee. His ambassador to Israel met with a convicted traitor, Pollard, in the American embassy, and Trump doesn't have a problem with it. Michael Huckabee committed treason, should be treated as such. This administration does nothing but line its own pockets. Make no mistake, the Democrats are no better. Okay. I didn't see a whole bunch of them lining up to help the Epstein victims. 3 people: Thomas Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Connor. That's it. Everybody else sat on the sidelines, too afraid to do anything. They support and do the bidding of either their corporate donors or the foreign lobbies, and those foreign lobbies that don't register as foreign lobbies, to support policies that are detrimental to the core of the American populace. We need to change our policies. We need to make sure that we know what we're doing and really look out for each other to build us back up. That's going to take some tough things to do. Not everything's going to be popular. I'm going to do it without a whole bunch of support from the parties. But I believe that we can work this together. Most importantly, to understand, I'm going to run as an independent and I've got no money. So I'm just going to be a write-in candidate, which means if your state allows a write-in candidate, I would love you to write me in. If you know people, I'd like you to share this with them. More than happy to answer any questions. Some of the very basics, just so you get an idea. I do wish to legalize marijuana and hemp and tax it on a federal level and allow that money to get into the system so that it can go around and be used rather than have to be hid and play these silly cat and mouse games. I believe that that tax income should be used for infrastructure alone, and rehab facilities. I believe that we should increase the cap on Social Security so people that make a bunch of money continue to pay the money into Social Security. I believe that we need to raise the top interest rates. Not a lot, but we need to raise them in order to help provide for the common good. I believe that if Congress can get free healthcare, then we need to find a way to make it work for the rest of America. That's a bit of a pipe dream, but we can do better. My initial plans would be in the first 100 days to meet not with the Republican and the Democrat leadership per se, but to meet with the representatives, Republican and Democrat, of each state and each territory in the first, I'd say, 25 days. That would be 2 to 3 two states plus territories a day, so we can come up with a needs list, wish list, and go from there. To demand a balanced budget from Congress so we can start working down our debt, make our dollar stronger, make our economy better. Realize that cheap goods come from foreign markets, not American markets, but we can make good products that are worth the payment, that we can increase the trades again so we can start building things in this country rather than just services. Then we start looking out for each other and reach for the stars again. Very important. I believe we have lost our way and we need to find it. I believe we need to have discourse and not rancor. I believe that we need to go back to soft money politics in foreign policy, i.e. the USAID, the working through the State Department rather than the Department of Defense. Maintain a strong defense in hopes that we never have to use it. To be prepared for wars, but not engage in wars. It's hard things to say, but we need to do them. And we need to rebuild areas, and we need to hold our allies accountable. Genocide is genocide. Apartheid is apartheid. And we need to stop paying for all of it. We need to not reward aggressor nations with our money and our support. but support our allies when they are attacked. This is just a short, brief introduction to myself. I have a lot of flaws. I have I have a governor's pardon from the state of South Carolina for mistakes I made in my youth. I believe in second chances. I believe if you served your time, you should be able to get a job, get housing. Those are things that need to be addressed, that provide services so recidivism is lowered. I believe that we need to provide services for our military personnel so that when they get out, they have support to deal with the things that they had to do if they were in war, or just to readjust into normal society for jobs. That's pretty much it right now, since no one has any questions, but I would be more than happy to answer any questions that anybody has at any point in time. So feel free to reach out. Please feel free to send in, and I look forward to answering any and all questions. I repeat myself a lot. This is just off the cuff, but I look forward to talking to all of you. God bless you, and God bless America. God bless the human race.